Hey, look at the camera. Look at the, like, be mature, be fancy. Oscar, both of you guys are professors. Don't. No. Look, don't look at me. Always look right here.
Is that where the camera
All
is?
look at each other. And at each other right there. Just scroll down really slowly as they talk. Alright, you guys are good.
Hey, thanks, Finn, for introducing us. I am Dr. Ethan Gordon.
I'm Dr. Ryan Tegler, and we're here to talk about the new Pope Leo XIV's recent statement on abortion. So he just recently came out and made a statement that he's actually anti-abortion, which is absolutely mind-blowing in my opinion, which is something I personally totally agree with, because I feel like especially being a pope, leading the church, a very basic teaching God teaches us is that all human life has value, all human life has dignity. So someone that may be considered like unborn in that woman's body is still really a human life. God still spent time making that, and we should still treat that with very much value. It's not just like something like a thing like in a woman's body. It's something that God spent time on, something that God really created in his image and likeness. So
Yeah, I actually disagree with Pope Leo on this one. I think that a woman deserves the right to choose for her female dignity and autonomy with her body. And if we don't allow the woman to choose, we go down a slippery slope of controlling other people. And God doesn't want us to control other people because that ruins their human dignity and person.
Alright, was that good? Is that what you guys
Yeah, that
did?
was good.
that's good.
Alright, Jamie, go down to the bed.
Mine was, like,
and
super
go
short.
down to the-
Yeah.
to, like, tech
It's
with
fine.
the-
I'm trying to just like repeat the same.
No.
Yeah.
Like
The
in different
tech
ways.
with his Asia trip.
Yeah, that one.
Stop. Look at that. Okay. Oh, you ready to say the next thing?
Yeah.
And be like, now, Tech would be like, now I want to get into him prioritizing like Asia
Asia,
or the West
yeah.
or something. Alright, Jamie with that. Yeah. Don't scroll yet. Go.
So now I really want to get into Pope Leo XIV's new recent trip to Asia. So I think this is very interesting, him traveling to Asia instead of maybe Europe.
Yeah.
I personally agree with this decision. I really do like his choice. I don't really get why people in the first place would disagree with this, respectfully. I mean, at the end of the day, he's still preaching the word of God. Exactly where, I feel, doesn't really matter. In Mark 6:15, it states, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." Right here, God isn't telling us to go to a specific parts of the world. He's just saying, go around the world and spread the love of God and just convert people to Christianity and just change their lives. And there's also obviously the chance that he can still end up going to Europe in the next coming years.
Yeah, I actually disagree. I think that the Bishop of Rome should stay in Rome and let the bishops of Asia deal with Asia. Because in Catholic social teaching, there is a teaching that says the people nearest to the problem are the ones who should be solving the problem. So the Bishop of Rome knows what's going on in Rome, and the bishops of Asia know what's going on in Asia. So by Pope Leo XIV going into Asia, I think that poses issues because he won't understand all the areas and facets of their culture. He also will be using the church's valuable resources and time that should be spent in Rome and Europe and moving them to Asia, where they have plenty of resources for their own preaching. And I think it's just a waste of time, honestly.
Alright, we'll put this out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go into throwaway culture very soon. Alright, Jamie, scroll down to the do it again. Are you ready?
I forgot what I said.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Go.
So now moving on to another statement that Pope Leo XIV has made about throwaway culture. So for those of you who may not know, throwaway culture is a belief that everything in this life has a value. Everything can be bought, everything can be sold. I personally completely disagree with this, along with Pope Leo XIV. Not everything in life has a price. For example, human life God teaches us that all human life has dignity, all human life has value. A human life can't just be bought and sold. It can't just be like thrown with like no care. You really got to take into thought, because something may not have meaning like on the surface level at the first time you see something, but always if you look deeper into it, you can really find that meaning that God has placed within us.
I agree. Throwaway culture definitely poses an issue to the Catholic theology and beliefs, but that is not the main problem I think Catholics should be dealing with right now. There are so many other problems in the world that Catholics can solve and Catholics can benefit from. If you're going into throwaway culture, that's your choice, that's your decision. The Catholic Church has to accept that, I think. I think we should let people make their decisions and let God judge what decisions are made and who goes to heaven and who goes to hell.
Jamie, go back to the top. I think we should do it like as many times as no class is over, because it's only 2:30 right now.
Okay.
I feel like that was pretty good.
I know, we're just gonna like.
I could have done the first one a little better.
Wait, I do have an idea for throwaway culture for you. You guys like talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I couldn't find a good anti-throwaway
No, but I
culture.
think it could be like throwaway culture and all these like consumerism is just another way of us embracing creation. It's like a super.
Could we start with that one then, so I don't forget that?
Here, put on your phone. Put on your phone and just hide your phone.
Could you get my phone?
Oh yeah, then just hide your phone. Like if you guys have any notes right now, take them and just like put them like behind the thing on your phone.
Okay.
Feel free.
Like go to the top again, and then we're gonna do this one more time. This is so funny, this thing. Jamie, how long was that, would you say? Oh.
How long? Finn, how long was that?
I would say it's like 5 minutes. That was.
5? Wow.
So I think that's like good.
Yeah.
My bad. I have a very strong nose. Alright, both you guys ready? This is so funny, this headset. I'm like actually professional. Yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
Here, give us like a second. Jamie needs me to check something.
I think now that I wrote it down, let's remember it.
Alright. No, put on like your inner thigh, like this, on your left.
My,
You can see it.
my inner thigh.
Like, I mean your left leg, because otherwise you're going to see it.
I'm not putting it on my inner thigh. I'll put it in my pocket.
Your outer thigh, I think. You meant?
Life has a value. Everything can be bought, everything can be sold. I personally completely disagree with this.
Okay, I feel like you can like get the teachers bit okay. Okay,
Well-
so do all you guys have you guys thought of new points and other things you want to bring up? Still bring up the stuff you first mentioned.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do this and just see if it's more refined. Alright, so but are you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, Jamie, prepare. Ethan.
Lo siento.
Alright.
Thank you, Finn, for introducing us. If you don't remember, I am Dr. Ethan Gordon.
And I'm Dr. Ryan Tegler, and we are here to talk about the new Pope Leo XIV's recent statement that he is actually anti-abortion. So me personally, as a Christian man, I completely agree with this take. I feel as though all human life has inherent value and dignity. Whether you are physically like walking on this earth, crawling, whatever, or not, you still have value. God still spent time making you in his image and likeness. So just because you may still be inside the woman's body doesn't give the woman a right to kill off the baby. All human life has value. So we really should be taking into consideration what this does for us and how this really relates to our thoughts on God.
Yeah, Dr. Tegler, I 100% agree. I love Pope Leo XIV, support everything he stands for, but I think abortion, while I don't believe in it, I think it should be a choice for the women. It should not be controlled by the church or any form of government. because the woman is the one who gets to make the decision about her body and what she does with her body. And I think she will make the best choice for her situation, and every situation is different. So I believe abortion is healthcare, and people need access to safe and healthy abortions.
Oh, that was really good, I think.
Mine became like even way more liberal.
I know.
Yeah.
you, like the last one, you like not. This one, you like don't even like say anything about. Okay, but we're gonna go. Let's go to the top of the Asia one. All right. If you guys, do you guys want to talk about what you guys plan on saying quickly?
I think I'll say the same thing.
Asia, like, yeah, I mean,
Be like,
say the same thing
like.
basically.
I feel good.
Okay, Ted, you focus on like the whole point is to convert and spread the faith, and Ethan be like we can't reject our roots.
Yeah.
Like, and there's way too many.
Well, we shouldn't say reject our roots. That sounds kind of racist.
Yeah, it's make it racist.
my bad.
No,
But like, be like, you can't reject, like.
you have to like
Like-
acknowledge that the Pope is still the Bishop of Rome,
Yeah. And
and there's bishops in Asia that can do the same
And
thing.
maybe even mention think of it like he's an American Pope. Most of the church's funding is from the U.S. Why is he not going to America?
Yeah.
Say that. Okay.
Is that true, actually?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready?
So now moving on to Pope Leo XIV's new recent visit to Asia. I don't really understand why people are mad at him or disagree with this decision to go to Asia over maybe Europe or anywhere else in the world. I feel like as long as he is, at the end of the day, converting people to the faith, spreading the word and love of God, it doesn't really matter where he's going. As it states in Mark 6:15, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Right here, God isn't telling us to go to a specific part or area of the world to preach the word. He's just saying go wherever you feel is needed. Go wherever you think you can help change the most lives. And if this was in Asia, it was in Asia. I don't think it matters where. I think all that matters is him spreading the word of God.
Yeah. I have a real quick question, Dr. Tegler. Where is the Pope from?
Europe. Wait, he's from Rome.
Let's do this. He's from the U.S.
He's from.
Sorry, I should have told you I was
Rome.
going to ask a question.
Okay.
Wait, he's from Rome.
I'll ask you that question and say America, and then I'll go off on my thing.
Wait, he's actually from Rome, though, right?
No.
He's-
He's born in America.
he was born in
His current
Chicago.
Pope is. He's the Bishop of Rome. He's born in the U.S. though.
My bad.
Oh yeah, first American.
No, you're good. That was my fault.
Okay. No, ready? Okay, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Bye. Go. No, we're doing it for the base the Asia thing again now.
Oh,
So
I thought
you're-
we were redoing the question. Okay.
All right, ready?
Sorry.
So yeah, now moving on to Pope Leo XIV's recent visit to Asia. You know, I obviously love that he went to Asia. I mean, I don't really get why people would disagree with this. He's going to Asia, he's spreading the word of God, he's converting people to the faith, he's showing the love that God has for us. I don't think it would matter where he goes, as in Mark 6:15 it states, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. God is telling us here to preach the word of God, convert people to Christianity, show them the love of God. I don't think where he goes exactly matters as long as he's just spreading the word of God.
Dr. Tegler, one real quick question. Where was the Pope born?
There's one in America.
So why is he doing his missionarying in Asia?
I believe maybe he had a calling from God. Maybe God told him Asia really needs help right now. So he traveled there to help them out.
I believe that the Pope, who is the Bishop of Rome and an American, should spend most of his time in Rome and Europe and America, who in fact is the world's leading supplier to the church financially. So the Pope should stay in Rome and Europe, give guidance to the bishops in Asia who can do their service in Asia. Because in Catholic social teaching, there is a teaching that says, let those closest to the problem deal with the problem. So we're going to give the bishops in Asia all they need except our time, which should be spent in Rome and Europe and America, so they can fix what their problems are in Asia, and we can worry about our problems in America, Rome, and Europe.
Alright, that was good. Okay, that was really good. Okay, do you guys want to talk about your plans with the away culture, or should we just go right into it?
Let me just look at my thing
I
real
was
quick.
just gonna talk about how, like, is there a Catholic social teaching against that? Like,
And then right after this, we're gonna just head back to class.
what's like,
We can probably just
Like-
leave.
Hmm?
We can probably just leave.
nah.
Yeah, I mean, but I left my backpack, so I do.
Oh, my God.
You guys.
I feel like for life and dignity of human person, I guess I could talk about that for this,
Just be
right?
just
I
be
could be like,
if we consumerism has.
Oh, I
gotten so far
completely
that we're
forgot we have to do all the
objectifying-
themes.
like,
Don't worry,
well,
I'll think about it
Finn,
in my
yeah,
thing.
Finn,
Like I realized, I'm like, if you guys don't get it, I'll just mention it in my thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You,
Well,
I
I
think you
f-
should say being like,
Oh, wait, no,
consumerism
wait.
has gotten so bad that we're
Wait,
objectifying people.
Can I look at my phone? real quick?
Yeah.
What were the topics that we listed?
Like,
It
give
was-
it like a minute, Jamie.
Was life and dignity of human? That was one of them, right?
Yeah, but I think you guys talked about that, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, that was abortion.
Do we?
Be like. Okay, here's what I want you to say. I want you to say this takes advantage of the poor and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
Poor and
Vulnerable.
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 I can't even talk.
Uh,
Yeah, I know that.
yeah.
An option for the poor and vulnerable.
And be like it. And be like part of a human right is that we are not a means to an end.
All right.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah,
Are we ready to go, guys?
I'm good.
Yep.
All right, Jamie.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to another statement made by Pope Leo XIV about how he criticized throwaway culture. So for those of you who don't know, throwaway culture is a belief that everything in this life has a price, everything can be bought, everything can be sold. Along with Pope Leo XIV, I completely disagree with this because everything has inherent value. No matter what the surface value of something looks like, if you always go deeper, there's always going to be a deeper meaning that God is rooted within us. One of the Catholic social teachings, an option for the poor and vulnerable, this completely goes against this. This is taking away their option. We're acting as though they have no purpose, they have no value just because they may not have as much money or opportunities as we do. So we should still help them out. We should still give them those opportunities that they need.
Yeah, I think throwaway culture is just part of the modern Catholic experience at this point. Throwaway culture and consumerism is just a way to consume God's creation in a modern sense, even if it is not the most ethical. Because in this modern world, ethics are very hard to come by, and making money. They don't go hand in hand. If you want to make money, you make money. If you want to be ethical, you be ethical. You can't do both.
Alright, that was really good, guys. Let me turn all this off. Alright, you guys can go. I'll take care of the rest.